guys, so it is time for another sketchbook update video. This is I think 10 sketches that I've done. Most of this was done actually in June, and then yeah, all of these were done in June. So this will be the second half of June, continuing from my last update. But this is the first drawing that I was kind of thinking about Alice in Wonderland for this one. It's obviously more of a modern Alice, but I really wanted to draw like a Cheshire cat, and I really got the grin down pretty good. I felt like this guy had a lot of character. But overall, I like this drawing. Her pose isn't super great. This is all from my imagination, by the way, so I didn't reference anything. So I felt like this was a pretty strong drawing. There's a few things that, you know, I'm not super happy with, but I feel like her expression's kind of unique, and the cat is definitely the star of this illustration, so it was all right. So I really liked this illustration. This was from my head. It's the nuances, the things that are really hard, you don't always get every time. The expression on his face, how his face is just slightly cocked, I really liked. I didn't do detail on the arms and stuff because I felt like the face was just so captivating. I just didn't really need to. I just really liked this character. Just from my head again, but I don't really know what I think he's like a dog alien spaceman type thing, but I will definitely be looking back at this guy if I ever need a character like this, because I just really like the way he turned out. So this is kind of a space girl type drawing. I like this one because I was really working on expression and showing emotion and having attitude, just not being like a dead character. This drawing and the last dog guy that you saw, I feel like both of these had a lot of character in them. The pose and everything, again, this is from my head. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at giving life to my drawings that are from my head. When I reference something, I feel like it's a lot easier to capture a more realistic, believable character. And I feel like these last couple characters, even though they're definitely stylized, I mean, her eyes are huge and stuff, they still have a little bit of life in them. They're believable, I feel like. So I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at capturing unique characters that are believable because of all the drawing I've been doing. So this was a drawing where I just sat down and wanted to draw something weird. I started with shapes on his head, and for some reason I just thought it kind of looked like a squid man. I called this one Squidward, like just because he's got tentacles. He looks nothing like Squidward, but he could be an alien or something like that. Just started drawing. I don't think there was a whole lot of pre-thought that went into this. It was just kind of turning things into, you know, turning shapes into things that kind of came to me as I drew. So, but it's all right. I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting drawing. Again, you can see how this face went back to being just not a whole lot of emotion or depth emotionally or to the character in this face. It's just dead. So this is a good example of one where I didn't succeed in giving it a lot of character. At least I didn't feel like, anyway. So this was a follower sketch that I did. I grabbed a face, and this was one of the first follower sketches where I wanted to turn the person into something, not just draw a person from Instagram. And if you're not familiar with these, I basically just pick followers from my Instagram account. I click on random things too, like random comments, or I'll go to the like section, people who have liked my pictures, and just click on somebody who's following me. And I hate to say it, but unless I'm following you, or if you're on private, I can't do your pictures, because I'm not gonna follow somebody and then wait to do the drawing just to look through their photos. So sorry guys, if you're private, I can't do drawings of you. But anyway, so I find the most convenient one to do. I look through the pictures and find an image I can use. And I just had a picture of her, and I started drawing her, and I think I might have saw a picture of Poison Ivy or something, so I thought, hey, I'll turn her into like a Poison Ivy type character. So you can see there's this little plant creature on her finger. Her head's really big, and she's got a very cartoony look, but I feel like I captured her okay. Again, these are only like 30-minute to an hour drawings, so if I don't get it like exactly perfect initially, then I don't really fuss about it. I just keep drawing, and whatever comes out comes out. So this one was pretty good. I liked it. This is definitely the worst drawing of this video. This was, again, I just started drawing. I don't know what I was really thinking about when I started this drawing. This white's, the little white invisible mechanical stuff kind of happened later. I do like the concept of having some kind of like digital armor. Maybe it manifests in a physical, like electrical form. I don't know, in the future, who knows. But anyway, the drawing is terrible. The pose, everything about it, super, just doesn't make sense. Anatomy's wrong. But you know, not all of them are going to be winners. But yeah, anyway, I feel like I need to focus on when I draw a face at an angle like this. I feel like this part up here is all fine. It's the jawline that I always suck at. And I don't know if this is supposed to come more in or what. But I definitely need to reference some images of this because I don't feel like I'm drawing it right. The neck, the way all this works, it's just not coming out right. Something about here, about this area, basically the whole drawing's wrong, but I like the concept, so maybe I'll revisit this like cool digital armor thing later. But I guess that's how I can see growth, is I'll have some successful ones and I'll have ones like this where I know I need to keep working to get much better. I really like this little guy. The one thing I didn't like about him is I kind of drew this part of him, this back part, as an afterthought, and I just didn't like the shape that back part has, but everything else I liked. Working on the little mechanical gears behind his head. Again, just giving these like a flat value, not putting too much like lights and darks in there, especially not highlights. I leave that for the front plates and stuff like that. I feel like it gives it nice focal points. I did this on that skull one a few videos back, and I really like that. So that's how I feel like I learn the best, is there's little things I pick up from each drawing that I like, and then I'll just carry those over into other drawings. And I feel like that's how I got better as an artist, and that's a good way to get better, is the more you draw, the more little tricks you pick up. You can see how I'm taking things, probably in the last few videos in just my sketchbooks, how things I've taken that I like eyes. I know there's a lot of, so I've been doing the irises and stuff where I have this kind of darker outline, and then there's this kind of value. It's like a, I don't know what you'd call it, like a little moon that happens right here, where I really gradually shade into that area, and then around the pupil as well. And it's given my eyes a really cool depth. I like it a lot, and that's something I picked up recently. I never drew eyes like that, so just in the last few sketchbook videos you guys have watched, I feel like I've learned some stuff that has made me better as an artist. So here's this was actually a drawing I looked at somebody's face for, but I wasn't really concerned with making it look like them. I just wanted to reference a person's face because I was trying to, again, capture kind of emotion and personality in the face, but I stylized this one a lot. And then I added my little gears to the head, like kind of a robot. And I actually named this video, this image on Instagram, why does a robot need glasses? And I had some interesting ideas, but sometimes when I name my Instagram posts, I'm just thinking of whatever when I look at the drawing, a lot of times I name them afterwards. So whatever pops into my head is what I name it, and that's what I named this one, Why Does a Robot Need Glasses? But anyway, I like this one. I felt like it has a lot of personality. The only thing I don't like about this one is how I did this, the skull or the face, how it kind of opens up right here. There's a much more elegant way to do this, and I would have liked to have tied in her face to maybe the backside or over here to where it doesn't look so separate from the rest of her organic face. But otherwise, I like this drawing. I felt like it was pretty cool. So here's another follower sketch. And this follower sketch, she had a baseball hat on, I believe, in the sketch, and for some reason I thought of Tank Girl, probably just the way she looked, and she had a nose ring, so I liked that a lot. She had an attitude. So that's the kind of idea I took with this was, I mean, I haven't ever bought a Tank Girl comic book or whatever, so I don't know how much this looks like her. It's just the idea, the attitude, kind of maybe some dirt on her face and the football mark under her eye, that kind of stuff. But I like the way this one turned out, and I really like adding my own little flair to these follower sketches. I think they're really fun, and you guys seem to really like them too. So, but I really like the way this one turned out. I actually used my white blender after I went over the eye with pencil, or I drew it in with pencil, and then I went over the pencil with the white blender, and it made it blue. So there's kind of this blue that's happening in the eyes, which is kind of cool. I didn't really mean for that to happen, but it works. So for this is the last drawing for these updated sketches. I think I might have started with the nose, and I thought immediately of a clown, so that's how this one got started. And I drew the clown. I wanted it to be a scary clown. I don't know why. I think I saw a picture of somebody who had drawn It from the Stephen King movie on DeviantArt, but I wanted to give it a little twist because everybody draws scary clowns. So I put this little like elf goblin guy on top of his head, like he's friends with this thing, whatever. I mean, this is a pretty scary looking weird clown, and this little guy is totally contradictory to what this face has, and I really like that. I like that contrast. And I named this one, I think, Best Friends or something like that. But I like the way this one turned out. I like the story of it. The drawing's all right. There's some weird stuff like happening right here in his cheekbones, which I don't necessarily mind when things like that happen. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense to me how the ears come into the face, but sometimes I just don't care. I just draw and see how it kind of turns out. And a lot of stuff like this where, let's say this little crack or this edge here that kind of just dissipates into his face, where skin might be, this might be a harsh bone in his face or something. This stuff just happens accidentally. And because sometimes I don't really intend for all this to happen. I just kind of mess around with my pencil and see, you know, how things turn out. A few things I would have changed on this one. The chin is doesn't make sense. I mean, look how there should be a ball or something down here, like a bottom part of his chin, which maybe I'll just draw that in right now. So let's see if that helps it. I mean, it's not gonna have a highlight right here where it should, but maybe the chin kind of goes underneath. So we'll do that. Maybe take away, I'll use an eraser and kind of take that away. So it kind of blends into his face a little bit. I don't know, does that make it better? I think it does. Makes more sense. Then I'd have to carry the shadow down a little bit further, so. But anyway, so that's my sketchbook update. Hope you guys liked it. And this one was a little bit shorter as far as how many drawings I did. I felt like I want to do these more frequently so I can talk about each drawing more frequently. That way I don't have to cram a bunch into one video, and because those videos kind of run a long time. I know you guys don't want to sit here and have me talk about my drawings for a half hour, so I'd probably do one of these videos from now on every 10 drawings or so. So expect another one in about I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. Probably 2 weeks. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you liked the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe.